Okay, Insane Sam here. Welcome back to Readings and Commentary. These are readings from history, philosophy, poetry, literature, just anything I like that I think you might like. And this week's readings are all about the joys of drinking whiskey. And today's featured whiskey is Crambu Crypto Night Bourbon. The people at Crambu, which is a tech company up in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, a few years ago built the fastest, most efficient, and best cryptocurrency mining data center in the world. And certain things happened to the cryptocurrency industry that hurt their business a little. And so I made this bourbon for them, and I called it Crambu Crypto Night, but it's like not cryptocurrency, it's like crypto, like kryptonite that kills Superman and stuff. Anyway, the whiskey came out good. It's to give you a big jolt. This one's 110 proof. But anyway, this is the third of our 3 days of readings this week about the joys of whiskey. And this is the speech I told you about a few days ago that was given by a guy named Noah Sweet, who was from Alcorn County, Mississippi. He wound up being a judge and a legislator there, and he wound up on the faculty at the Ole Miss Law School. And when he was in the legislature, he gave this speech. Mississippi still had state prohibition, even though they didn't have it at the national level anymore. And this is the speech he gave that a friend of mine, Jamie Collier, told me about, and I think you're going to enjoy this. My friends, I had not intended to discuss this controversial subject at this particular time. However, I want you to know that I do not shun controversy. On the contrary, I will take a stand on any issue at any time, regardless of how fraught with controversy it might be. You've asked me how I feel about whiskey. All right, here's how I feel about whiskey. If when you say whiskey you mean the devil's brew, the poison scourge, the bloody monster that defiles innocence, dethrones reason, destroys the home, creates misery and poverty, yea, literally takes the bread from the mouths of little children, if you mean the evil drink that topples the Christian man and woman from the pinnacle of righteousness, gracious living into the bottomless pit of degradation and despair, and shame and helplessness and hopelessness, then I'm certainly against it. But if when you say whiskey you mean the oil of conversation, the philosophic wine, the ale that's consumed when good fellows get together, that puts a song in their hearts and laughter on their lips and the warm glow of contentment in their eyes, if you mean Christmas cheer, if you mean the stimulating drink that puts the spring in the old gentleman's step on a frosty, crisp morning, if you mean the drink which enables a man to magnify his joy and happiness and to forget, if only for a little while, life's great tragedies and heartaches and sorrows. If you mean that drink, the sale of which pours into our treasuries untold millions of dollars, which are used to provide tender care for our little crippled children, our blind, our deaf, our dumb, our pitiful, aged, and infirm, to build highways and hospitals and schools, then I certainly am for it. This is my stand. I will not retreat from it. I will not compromise. My God, I hope this guy, I was an ATO at Ole Miss. This guy should have been an ATO at Ole Miss, and I hope he was. I tried to look up to see where he went to law school and undergraduate school. Couldn't find anything about the guy except this speech. But it's a great speech, and we should all keep it in mind when we think about the glories of whiskey. So that's the end of our 3 days of whiskey readings this week. It's the end of the reading for today. Do me a favor, press subscribe, tell all your friends to subscribe, and with that, Insane Sam out.